By the time I connected with those guys, like Wiz was already a superstar. Do you get what I'm saying?
What song did they have out at the time?
He had, I think, Don't Doll was out.
Don't Doll.
Yeah.
In the corner.
Yeah.
Don't Doll.
Don't Doll was out. Then that was Davido was had Back When.
Back when.
I think Dammy Duro was
Dammy Duro,
2012.
Yeah, that was 2012.
Like 2012.
Good times.
Yeah, it was epic times, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like meeting those guys allowed me to just open up my sound a little bit more.
Yeah.
I started meeting producers like Sheezy.
Yeah. Easy.
So and obviously Sheezy opened up, like I met Sheezy through David. Then by the time I got to Wiz, and you know, we had our whole Starboy collective, right? By the time I got to meet Legendary Beats, man, like that's where my mind really opened up.
Now listening to the In My Opinion podcast, the home of edutainment, brought to you by Sakali, DTM, and Uzuma. So get your drinks, snacks, relax, and enjoy.
I
Bro.
don't believe it now.
Wait, I didn't even know
Yeah.
that you were British.
Oh.
I didn't know you were
There's so
raised
many
there.
this guy did not know about you, man.
Oh,
you had to be schooling and educating and bringing
it's crazy.
up to speed.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that's, you know, you pretty much live in Nigeria.
That's what I thought.
Do you know what I'd say? You see, like from earlier on when the Afro swing and all of that stuff was kicking in, right?
Yeah.
You could differentiate, like, automatically with you. I was like, whoa, hold on, no. This guy's from Nigeria. That's what I would think. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can tell the difference between the other guys like the Kojo Funds and some of the other guys I was doing in Afro. You can tell, like, okay, these guys were British, doing the thing.
Right. Yeah.
But you could tell, like,
You weren't giving British.
the essence of like the African Nigeria, it was there. You know, I think so. That's
Authentic.
why he can be confused and be like, oh, he's a Nigerian artist, because you was able to switch and perfect the two like so well. So that's why he can think that way.
Facts.
I think that was like due to just me going back there a lot. Like during that period.
Right.
You understand? I was going back there a lot during that period.
Did you get shit back, or was that because you wanted to?
No, because I wanted to.
Oh, okay. No, some of us got shit back.
No. Oh, you got
For being naughty.
wow.
But you survived.
I survived though. But yeah, like during like 2011 times was from then to like 2013 was like the very early stages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very early stages when I met all of these guys. Do you understand?
So you just met them?
No, I got connected. I got connected to David Doe. Through I think one of his cousins that used to like go to my uni.
Oh,
Right, wow.
And,
what uni was that?
DMU.
You man
DMU,
enjoyed.
yeah.
Man enjoyed. Yeah, that was a dope.
Good
uni.
times.
Yeah.
So you've been doing music from then?
Well, kind of like I've always been doing music. I started
Because I know you play instruments, you do all of that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was doing I had a rap group in church, so I've been doing music from like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
What were your bars like?
They were dope. They weren't corny.
Are you sure?
No, they weren't corny.
Do you remember?
I used to.
I feel like we should be the judges.
No.
He said you're not gonna do that.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. But like there was, I used to be the one like producing a lot of the music.
Producing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so during that period, this was when we used to like go to like different churches, like all of like the Redeemed churches, KICC, and go and rap at all these youth conferences and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that was when like my love for like producing and just putting songs together started. Until like, you know, much later on, and I started taking it more seriously like when I finished uni. And when I met David, that was like the beginning of literally everything, because I was doing a lot of UK stuff before.
Right.
So like all of the, I don't know, like Scorcher.
Yeah, proper like the UK grime kind of
So
like.
you're locked in both sides.
Yeah,
of the
I was
Atlantic.
locked in both sides, bro. Like I was like, when I was super young, bro, like still in school, I was like producing beats for like guys in Brixton, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
So for you had
BBC.
the worldwide pass.
Yeah,
You know, some of us
man.
couldn't go Brixton, we couldn't go these
Bro, because I grew up in Clapham, so I was, do you get what I'm saying?
to be fair, not too far.
Yeah, and the secondary school I went to was like so many people went to like my secondary school. You know what I'm saying? In Balham, Chestnut Grove.
Chestnut Grove.
But like I had that real London upbringing. It wasn't until like much later on in life I started like going back to Lagos. Do you understand? And started just like reconnecting and connecting with my culture and from that year when I met David, I met Wiz. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The rest is history.
You said when you met them, that's when it changed. Like, what was? Do you remember one thing that was said or what happened that
Right.
that made
Right.
you
So
feel like,
you know how
this
you
is
were
it?
saying that you guys were confusing whether I grew up in
the UK or
New York,
yeah.
right? So during that period, you could definitely tell that I grew up in the
UK.
Like my music was very UK-ish. You could and but when I met those guys, right, I got introduced like into a whole different world. Do you understand? A whole different sound. Yeah. And I was already a fan of like Mo Hits, of course, like Two-Face.
Two-Face, yeah.
I'm trying to say Style Plus, like that level of like melody, right? By the time I connected with those guys, like Wiz was already a superstar. Do you get what I'm saying?
What song did they have out at the time?
He had, I think, Don't Doll was out.
Don't Doll.
Yeah.
In the corner.
Yeah.
Don't Doll.
Don't Doll was out. Then that was Davido was had Back When.
Back when.
I think Dammy Duro was like 2012.
Yeah, that was 2012.
Like 2012.
Good times.
Yeah, it was epic times, bro. And yeah, so like meeting those guys allowed me to just open up my sound a little bit more.
Yeah.
I started meeting producers like Sheezy.
Yeah. Easy.
So and obviously Sheezy opened up, like I met Sheezy through David. Then by the time I got to Wiz, and you know, we had our whole Starboy collective, right? By the time I got to meet Legendary Beats, man, like that's where my mind really opened up. Like, another level and SARS. I was like, yeah.
You're talking about, these are like, guys, the people he's mentioning, these are like the biggest producers in this game.
And these guys are like my brothers, do you get what I'm saying? You
Mad.
know, these are like my actual friends, you know, that we came up together. And I learned so much from those guys.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'd be there trying to like produce like my 1 beat a day.
Yeah.
I'll come in and I'll see these guys that have knacks like 5 beats.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Do you understand?
Same 24 hours.
And these guys are making Afro, like, before sounds that are popping now.
They've been doing it back then.
Ahead of their time.
Bro, ahead of their time. You know? And I had to step my game up.
Yeah.
So from then, like, you know, by the time I came back to London, like, it was like I came back to London with like, you guys don't even know what I'm on.
Wow, I could see it.
I came back to London with like a whole different energy. By the time 2013 hit, like we'd soaked up so much of the Lagos, like Elegushi lifestyle there. Remember Elegushi?
Yeah,
beats,
Elegushi,
right?
yeah.
Like that whole culture, that whole lifestyle, that whole energy. And when we now made Back to the Matter, oh boy.
Big track.
Like the vibe, the energy was we literally was traveling between Lagos and London. So the sound was just
Because that was shot in London as well.
It was shot in London at the time.
I still walk past that place.
That place, was like, bro, like you guys made that place like famous. A lot of people started shooting videos there after that. You know that, right? Like, literally crazy.
I think that song was just.
Did you think like it? Obviously, Wizkid, you said he's already a star, but I feel like in the UK. I feel like the proper Nigerians knew who Wizkid was.
Yeah.
But
Other
the
Africans.
British,
Yes.
The
it
diaspora.
wasn't fully introduced to the
That
diaspora
song
like that.
was.
Do you feel like that song introduced him to that side of the, in the UK anyways, I'd say?
Yeah, the UK, yeah, definitely. Like Wiz was already big in the UK, but like there's a sound, that I knew that if I get him on this sound, right, UK is gonna fall in love with it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like, it
I just
connected to
knew.
certain
Because it was a
demographic.
hood anthem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Hood
bro.
Anthem. And just the way he used to step, like back in the day, I'd tell him like, bro, you know, like you're basically a South London boy.
South- yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say, like, if somebody sees you, they won't be able to tell that you grew up.
You grew up in- yeah, yeah,
You get
yeah.
what I'm saying? So it just fit him perfectly.
Perfectly.
We came up with the idea around, what did we start? Like 10 p.m. By the time it was 12, we'd finished it.
Man,
the song?
2 hours.
Dropped it the next day.
Wow.
It's quick.
Just like that.
2 hours in and out.
Back then, we was moving differently, you know, very different. Like,
And I'll tell you this, yeah, that song,
Mad.
it was a risk in the sense of,
Yeah.
from what I remember back then, a lot of the Afrobeat songs coming out of Nigeria were songs you could dance to.
Yeah.
That was like a hood.
It was like a hood.
Talking the anthem,
Yeah.
Yes.
South
Yes.
London
Yes.
Afrobeat song.
Yes.
Until this day, bro.
No, but I think it set a trend because what you got after that, I don't know if you lot can remember, a lot of the UK rappers, even like Gigs,
Yeah.
was starting to, remember he had that song with Mologo as well. Like a lot of like UK like rappers were starting to do that collaboration with like Afrobeats where you wanted to have that kind of like hood rap
Yes.
sort of like thing in it. Like it sets, like it did so much. I feel like it shifted the game a lot.
Yeah,
that song.
I always credit it to, like, you know, because there was already, all the guys were already like out there. There was already a bunch of like the UK boys, like, do you know what I'm saying? The Afro boys like doing their thing that
Doing
year.
their thing, yeah.
But I feel like it not birthed, but it did something in terms of contributing to the creation of Afro swing.
Yeah.
And what Afro swing was in the UK. Later.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But you had Afro swing in a chokehold, bro. You were like the ambassador
I mean,
of Afro.
Bro.
I can say that.
Yeah,
no
I
one
don't
can
know.
fight me.
No, but do you know what
I
I'll
don't
say?
know. Me,
What
I
I'd
just
say
make
is,
music. Me, I just make music.
no, but what I would say is I definitely will give you your flowers, man, because
Thank you.
he knows, because it's like, because I was born in Nigeria,
Yeah,
he was born in Niger.
Yeah.
So I feel like for a lot of us that were also connected to Nigerian
yeah,
culture, like,
yeah,
yes, we listened to the Afro swing guys that was made over here. It was nice.
yeah.
But we're not like, oh, these guys are British boys. You know what I mean? It was something refreshing listening to someone like yourself that's like, raw.
Yeah.
This sounds
Yeah.
like something I can blast in my car.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, he's not strayed away from the essence of
the
what
culture.
the culture is. Like, bro, it really resonated with me personally. Anyways, I don't know for you, but that's one of the things about your music that I just feel like, no. And you could also tell someone that's naturally, the difference, like this person naturally knows music. This person knows what they're doing. So it's like, do you think it makes it easier to be able to, like, being a producer already, than transitioning into, because you was more heavily in production at the early stage.
started off as a-
Then you transition into like more being this full artistry. Yeah, what do you think that was? What was that like?
Man, it was hard at first, you know, because obviously by nature I'm a recluse.
You could never tell.
I mean, I'm just in my house.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very recluse. I like to live a quiet life. But, you know, what being an artist requires, man, it's different. Like, what it takes to be an artist, like, it's different. It's a lot, right? It's tasking mentally. You know, when you're just a producer, you can hide and just, you know, be in the cart and no one really knows who you are. You get what I'm saying? But when you're in a public eye, everything you do is like, you know,
Amplified.
you get what I'm trying to do? Everything you do is amplified. So there was that transition. And after a while, took me a while to like get used to it. After a while, I got used to it. It was like, do you understand? Like, this is, once you understand your purpose, right? Then, you know, you just, it's like you sit into it, you ease into it a little bit more. But yeah, like my first solo song as an artist was with Sneak Bro, For My People.
For My People.
For My People, yeah. And that song, like, you know, big up Sneak Bro, like that guy is like real one.
It was big at that time as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Control.
And that was my next single.
Yeah.
That was the next single. That was one of my favorite songs.
Even the video was so colourful.
Yeah, very colourful. That was like one of, at the time, I don't think there was anything like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nah.
saying.
Understand? Because
Back then we were not allowed to wear colours.
it was very different.
It was a very different time.
Very different time. we wanted to just bring like, I just kept seeing like colors and sun and palm trees and do you understand? So I put together this mood board, sent it to, you know, my director at the time, big up Meji, he's superstar now. Meji Alabi.
Wow.
And you know, sent this mood board of everything that was in my mind, and he put together this masterpiece, right? And at the time, like we didn't even think of anything of it. We just thought, you know what, let's create art that we think is gonna live on for long. Man, years later, you're seeing like, you know, shopping centers, or like fashion stores, using like the set design as their storefront.
Wow.
Crazy.
I won't mention the
that
brands.
is kind of true.
I won't mention the brands,
Look
or
at that.
you know, but yeah, it was crazy.
No, that song still today gets a reel up on my playlist.
No,
Man,
facts.
I don't know
music.
what I was thinking when I made that record, man.
You know.
Are you sure?
You're very aware.
What happened at that time? What happened that night? that
Whose
day?
daughter were you trying to control?
Yeah, you know, like that.
No, I just wanted to make a record that was sort of represents my actual sound. So, or who I am. So I'm from UK, but I have the Lagos connection. Do you understand, right? And I'm from South London, so I have the Caribbean connection. Do you understand? I grew up in that community heavily. Do you understand? Like, and there's that Niger element, and there's the Ghanaian element as well. So there's all elements of music that I grew up listening to in that song, and
Another thing I want to say
I didn't
is
think
that,
it was gonna go that far, Shower. Let me be real.
No,
I
but
thought
another
it
thing I want to say is
another
that
trap song that
you see your accent switch. You see your accent switch, yeah. How you do that? Because that's another thing I wanted to say. Like,
on the songs.
yeah, on songs, yeah.
Right.
Like back, because I heard you speak before back in the days. I'm like, bro, you guys a South London British guy. But then on the song, it's like, I'm like, yo, how'd you do this?
It's just the same way like people sing. Everyone sings in American accents.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, that.
Do you know what I mean?
It's gifted.
Like it sounded so natural, bro. It sounded
Everyone
so
sings
natural.
in American accents, but it's like for me, I always try and blend. Do you understand? I always try and have the right balance because I can't be more Nigerian than the artist that grew up in Lagos. Or that grew up in Sulere or whatever. No. Do you understand? And that's always, I've always known that, and I've always known my strength. Me, I grew up in London.
You know your lane.
I know my lane. Yeah, let me not go and wound myself on a Yoruba song or something. So I like in my songs, what I do is like I try and put a touch of everything. So in one song I may speak Igbo. Do you understand? One of my friends may bust me on the Igbo phrase. Like I'll speak Hausa on another song. I'll speak Yoruba on a record. So I'm like I'm hitting all cultures. Do you understand?
How did the collab with YC come about?
That's
You know, he was
Yeah.
Do you know the YC song?
Too much.
Too much.
I don't know the names
And
of songs.
that has the same. It's similar to Control. Even the video, the colors.
colours.
It has similar, sources on them.
That era was a vibe, man. Like our music was like you could feel it.
Oh
at that time.
yes.
You understand,
Facts.
I can't remember who hit me up. Big up Shopsy.
Yes, you people, I know you are watching this content, but you've not subscribed. So make sure, if you are enjoying what we are saying, you always say you're enjoying it, make sure you subscribe. You bloody civilians, please subscribe. Thank you.
Shopsy do hit me up. And he was like, yo, man, I just got this record, like YC's in London, He's like, Omo, he wants you to, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Omo sent me the record. At first, I was like, I'm not too sure. Because I couldn't, like, the chord progressions were different. Big up Ade as well, my brother. He's the producer on that record. People think I produced it.
Oh, yeah.
So every chance I get to big him up,
You have to big him up.
I have to big him up. Ade, he's a big boy producer in Nigeria. So, yeah, when I first heard it, I heard the chord progressions. I was like, I'm not too sure. Man. Okay, cool. So, after a while, like, I got the idea. I finally got that idea.
And
It was the
landed.
melody, that
what
same
was,
thing. The
so that's
melody.
what I asked. When it came to you, what was it? So the hook was the hook done already? The chorus?
Yeah, the hook was already done.
And
So
his
YC
verse?
Yeah, and his verse. YC did the hook.
So it just left the space.
The space for my.
All right, cool.
Big track though.
Yeah.
That was a bit. I'm glad you jumped it. That was a bit.
He's a hit maker himself. He's a hit maker. Big up YC.
Like I know the songs, but I don't know the names.
The names of it.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Those songs.
right.
No, your songs I know.
Right.
You know, I'm known as the Heartbreak Ambassador.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I represent heartbroken men worldwide
Oh my
that
days.
do not have a platform to speak.
Yes.
Wow.
And are also too shy to speak.
Oh my.
But me, I reveal all my stuff. I've been heartbroken.
Okay.
I've been cheated
He's the
on.
poster child for the heartbreaking man.
I am the resident victim.
They've turned you into a monster.
Brother,
He's the poster
I am the
child.
resident victim. of the
resident
podcast.
victim.
Resident victim. And on
Resident
God,
victim.
bro, when someone's daughter broke my heart, you and your colleague Adele, you are 1 and 2.
Hey, yeah.
So I'd sing someone like you,
Hey, yeah.
and then I'd
And
be
I
like,
put control.
no, and then I
Or
said, baby, I've been calling. You don't wanna answer
Hey,
me.
yeah.
Who?
Fun
yeah.
fact about Adele, by the way. Apparently, I heard she went to my secondary school, but
Is it?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Like
You never
she must
bumped into fake news.
Maybe the same year. Was you in the same year?
No.
Oh,
It
no.
wasn't in the same year.
But
This
no,
is
for
like
real, like
4 years younger.
who was that song written about? Who have been trying to call and they were not answering?
He was calling the industry.
Wait, it's a safe space. Don't be shy.
Trying to remember. He's moved on.
No, I'm actually trying to remember. I'm actually
He's
trying to
moved
remember.
on. Eh?
Because the song must have been written about somebody. The way I know you,
You're
because I've
trying
known
to-
you a long time.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
I'm actually trying to remember.
You're trying to rehash open. You're trying to open,
Open
wounds.
old
Yeah,
wounds.
old wounds. Eh? Man,
He's
I've moved
remembered.
on. He's like, aye.
You know, the
situation,
first time I wrote that record, right, was when I got the idea for that record, like the skeleton, right, was in New York. It was cold.
Yeah, that place can get cold sometimes.
Cold. It was like, I think we was on tour at the time. You know what I'm saying? We were still on the grind. Like we got all
Wanted
of
someone
us
to come and keep you
one
warm.
small apartment, all of us. You know what I'm saying? And man, I got that idea for that record, and it was about a rocky period in my time,
I can
in
imagine.
my life.
I've been there.
Guys, fill in the gaps. It was cold. He made a phone call, but
do
he
you
didn't
know-
answer.
Do you know how I write those songs? Right, I don't write them in the moment,
Yeah.
right? Because in the moment, I wanna listen to Jay-Z,
Yeah, or something.
DMX.
Get out of
Do you
there.
understand?
Yeah.
But in maybe later, once I've chilled and I've gotten it out of my system,
you're
then,
reflecting.
I can think back and watch it like movies.
This girl did this to me. To me.
To me.
Hey, homie.
Hey, don't worry.
Press
I've got to
record on
profit
this
of this. I've got to profit of this. So yeah,
Wow.
months later, years later, I'll come up with an idea or whatever. Yeah, that's how I've been calling
And then
it.
you remember, did she ever holler at you knowing that song was about her?
Left on red.
Left on red.
Try to spin the block.
Can't reach my
Spin
phone
the
no
block
more.
one more time. Never.
Can't reach my phone no more.
This caller has
Hello.
changed his number.
Hello.
Hello.
I love that. All right, so you
Wow.
mentioned obviously you ain't dropped since COVID.
Yeah.
Is that-
no like a full
project,
Like a
yeah.
full project, like
Was that
an
the
EP.
time
Yeah.
when you thought of walking away from music?
During that period,
Mm.
I'm not walking away, but I fell out of love a little bit. You understand, right? And I went off and I started, setting up businesses.
Yeah,
you
you mentioned,
understand?
yeah.
I went back home to Lagos. Set up like a farm.
You got a farm.
Yeah,
Dope.
man.
What's it called? Berry
something.
Farm? That would be a dope name.
It's,
Berry Farm
That'd
would
be
be a
good.
dope name.
That'll be good.
you could call it that.
Hey, I want my 10%.
you could call it that.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, and
Have you thought about setting up a YouTube channel like Fecky? Because you can get coins from that.
Yo, no, listen, don't worry.
I want my
I'm
10% management.
I'm going to get into all of that.
They're
That's
writing
good
down
to, I'm going to
They're
get
writing
into-
down notes from my ideas. Yeah?
I'm good to get into all of that. No, just I spent time and set up a bunch of stuff. Went back to Lagos once or twice, and the most important thing that I focused on was sort of like setting up the next phase of like my comeback. Not just as an artist, but as like a executive and building like Berry's Room, my distribution and my label.
Oh,
Yeah.
You were signed to Starboy, at the start.
Yeah, at the start, like as a producer.
Yeah, as a
You know what I'm
producer.
saying? Yeah, as a
Okay,
producer.
cool.
So that was like my first, proper like introduction to the industry. And thank God, because look to this day, those fans are still they're still
because I was gonna
riding.
say, what was that experience like? I don't want to take you away from the other one, but just briefly, what was that experience like? And
it was amazing, bro. Like I learned a lot about how to like make good music.
Right.
Do you understand? I learned a lot about how to like serve before you can lead. Do you understand? Right? I've been like in a like around Wiz as well, like in a lot of intimate situations and seeing how he moves, like very, very early on, right? And that opened my eyes into like the business and how to move and how to like conduct my own business and conduct myself as an artist. Do you understand? Like I met everybody in the industry.
Through that, yeah.
Do you understand? And if you're a good person, you know how to maintain good relationships over the years, right?
Yeah.
And it gave me community, a sense of community. Do you understand? Because this is somebody that comes from London, and when you're coming from London back then, all they're looking at you is like a jebota. you just come. Johnny just come. Yeah. So like he made like that period very, very comfortable for me. Right. Do you understand? Like, and I'll always appreciate him, always love him for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you name your album?
If Only Love Was Enough.
Yeah.
Because the title speaks for itself.
Who was Love Not Enough for? The music industry or somebody's daughter?
Yeah, because I can't imagine you wanted to walk away from music, man. What's going on?
No, I feel like at that point, right? I don't know. It was just like the ideas. Like the ideas that I was creating, I wasn't really feeling them. Do you understand? I had to take like a real time to go and, set up some other things, right? And, one of like my dreams was to set up like I've always had Berry's Room, but to set it up properly and institutionalize it to a level where I can like give other artists, younger artists opportunities like the same and give them the same kind of lane and path that I had, right? I've always been independent. And I've always fought for like independence. Like when I see my peers, like I'm always telling them, yo, move like this, step like this, right? And like to be able to like take that much time away, right? And just recently like conclude like a really good like partnership and stuff like for the future going forward for Berry's Room. Like it was all worth it, like taking that break.
Good, man.
Do you know what I mean?
That's needed sometimes,
It's
isn't
going to
it?
be successful.
No,
Thank
You've
you.
got a lot of your peers on your album, Tiwa,
Yeah.
Wizkid, Ruga. How do you choose who's going to be on your album? Do you just think, the sound has to match? Or sometimes are you like, nah, this guy's popping, I need him on the album right now?
Nah, I have to be a fan.
Okay.
I have to be a fan. So everybody on my album, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Like I'm a super fan of. Do you get?
Yeah,
Like, I
Ruga's
love
mad
their
talented,
music.
isn't it?
Super talented.
Yeah.
Super talented.
Ugandans love Ruga,
What?
Yeah.
Ugandans love
Hey.
and Tiwa as well.
Yeah,
And
man.
obviously,
She's queen, innit?
yeah,
the
she's
queen of the game.
she looks like she smells like a perfume store. I don't know. Like, if you were to walk past her, she would.
No, she smells good.
Just amazing.
She smells good.
Yeah,
she smells good, bro.
You
Like
think
a
you can invite
perfume
me one
smells
day,
good,
just
bro.
whenever you're having a session or something.
This guy's wiping his nose.
Now that sounds bad though.
That look mad.
No, but her and Rihanna, two people I just look at and I feel like you must smell good.
Yeah, Rihanna definitely looks like she has fancy this thing now. You get what I'm saying?
By God's grace, one day we have to. But you,
No.
no, you have to sit
You have to
there.
report from over there.
Yeah.
No,
This
you
way
do.
you'll be on
You have
this
to have
side.
your own section there.
Yeah.
Okay, because we don't trust you to be around you or not. can't trust you.
I swear, you have to sit there. Oh, yeah, sorry. Carry on, Malik. Sorry, this guy.
my days.
You know how many
Anyway.
times we've called HR for him? This boy.
I just love people, man.
You see, it's good. Spread love.
Yeah.
But speaking of spreading love, yeah, and you know, you don't have to answer this, but you know, right now there's a lot of politics going on in the Afrobeats industry, and you seem like someone that's connected to everybody.
Right.
Do you envision a day where all that Burna, Wizkid, Davido can all come together and maybe make a big track together?
Man, I pray for it. Like,
You know, like some of the
happens
songs
one
like
day.
that. We are the world. Something like that. You know, some crazy stuff.
maybe
like
not.
that.
Maybe not that. Too. They definitely won't do it. If that's
Okay, maybe not that.
Maybe not that then.
maybe not that. But like, come on, man. Like, I feel like, and I always say this. Like, I feel like everyone secretly, like, has love. You know what I'm saying, for each other. Like, because when you just look at the reality of where we've all come from, bro.
Bro,
It's
made
a
it.
miracle.
fam.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
weren't
Look at
supposed
what
to make-
Burna's doing. Come on, bro. Like, it's amazing.
No, I
Look
could
where
never
Wiz is.
imagine where like those
amazing, bro.
Afrobeats come, bro. It's
Facts.
crazy.
David had an amazing comeback last year. Like, do you understand? He's come again this year. Like the culture's moving.
Still
Do you understand?
growing,
There's
bro.
so many new artists, and I just feel like the culture, everything is seasons. Like the culture moves in seasons. Do you understand? Like we've had different seasons. We've just come out of a season. We're about to go into another season, and that's how I see life generally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So anything can happen, basically. You never know.
Anything can happen. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, I only see upside for our culture because it comes from a real place.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's just that, you know, the songwriting is what I believe is gonna definitely get better, and it's getting better.
Oh, okay.
I think the sound has always been
Yeah, the
A1.
sound. Yeah.
That's what's always made people fall in love with it across the world. You might not even understand what they're saying, but the sound is just something that attracts you to it.
Yeah, but it's always like, you know, it's the songs that, this is why, you know, music stands the test of time.
Yeah.
Because it's like people take time to really like sit down with the lyrics and
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like just our culture, just like look at the records like Ara Star's dropping, bro, hits.
Crazy.
Like, come on, bro.
Crazy.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
another person if you're with, if you can invite me, that would be great.
I've never met
That's another
Ara.
one as
I've never met Ara before, no, but she's amazing.
Yeah,
I feel like her music is.
Her music
She's
is
one of the
dope.
most amazing artists.
Music
right
is
now.
dope.
Yeah.
But back to your album then. If there was one track people could listen to letting them know who you are today, what track would that be?
Who I am today, wow. Damn. That's a tough one. Okay. Biggie Man.
Biggie Man.
The one that was going to be dropped.
Biggie Man.
Okay. So everyone make sure you mark
Everyone-
that one down.
Biggie Man and Situation.
And
The two,
Situation.
I'll say two.
I know your favorites as well.
What's your favorite on that?
What's my favorite? I don't have a favorite. They're all my babies.
I knew you were going to say that. Every artist said that. Oh my baby.
They're all my
But there's a firstborn and a lastborn.
No. They're all my babies. We don't do that.
And you're doing a Q&A, isn't it? On Wednesday?
I'm doing a release.
Yeah,
I'm doing a release.
The Q&A, yeah.
And the Q&A, and you know, it's gonna be really good. It just feels surreal, man. Like, so I've been chopping insults on my social media
Yeah,
for
man.
years.
And you deserve
Where's
it.
the album?
Yes,
Where's the album?
yes. Rightly
Anytime
so.
I tweet, man,
Everyone's like, we don't want to see your
drop
tweets.
song,
Where's
or God drop song.
Exactly. What are you tweeting?
Hey, say
was-
Malik, show walking.
there was-
Show walking. There was
a year I was only posting pictures on my Instagram. My team was like, give them something now. This one don't turn to model. I was just posting pictures. So now I'm really happy that I've got, you know, music coming, and
That's dope.
and I'm super excited about like people hearing the music. You know, just hearing it,
We're
this next
excited
phase.
for it,
We're
man.
excited. We're even willing to be in any music videos.
What? Come on, I
We're
got
ready,
y'all.
man.
We're willing to come on tour. You know, we have talents. We have,
gotcha.
you know, we film, we hold bags.
Okay.
It's a talent in itself.
I'm a serial bag carrier.
Say
Serial
no
back
more.
carrier,
Say no
honestly.
more. We'll find position in
for
you.
everybody.
Yeah, we'll find position
For me, I'm
everybody.
really good at taking care of the ladies. So
Okay.
if you have ladies on tour that you need, you know,
No, if you
ushering.
don't want any allegations, please keep this man away from
Malik, I come with the most exemplary service.
Exemplary.
This is why I tell people about my shows. If you want to find your wife,
Yes.
Wifey material.
Come on.
Eh?
You
Come
see?
to Malik Berry shows.
Thank you.
Wifey and hobby materials.
And
Do you
hobby
understand?
materials.
It's true,
Yes,
it's true.
100%.
Serious
Serious
room.
people come to my shows.
Berry's
Do you
room.
understand?
I think we're gonna be there on Wednesday as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I can
amazing.
be the head guard, like I said.
He don't need you, man.
I'm just making sure he knows.
Start by removing this jury away.
You sound very forceful at this
Start
point.
by removing
I'm just letting him know in case, you know, some people are shy to us.
You're putting pressure at the moment. Yeah,
People are invited, Joe.
Nah, bro, it's really good to see you back. I'm
Thank you.
excited to see what
No,
coming
before
with the
are you
album.
wrapping up? I just wanted to ask one more question. Go
ahead.
Sorry. There's this thing going on online recently. I know Jay-Z's, but you're a fan of Jay-Z as well. But I don't know, he's posted a picture recently of him and his like siblings and stuff like that. And everyone's going, rah, how is it
Okay,
that?
the billionaire thing.
Yeah. What's your take on that? Just wanted
Well,
to...
for context, that people are saying if you look at Jay-Z in that picture and then his siblings, they don't look like millionaires. So they're saying,
Don't kill me.
yeah, like, is it the responsibility
fair
of
point,
the one that made it to bring up the other I believe it's called the black tax.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's real. Some people believe it, some people don't. Where we come from in our culture, you know, we believe that we have to come through. Do you understand?
Siblings.
Right? We have to come through for our siblings. You know, like I come through for all my siblings.
You got how many you got?
I got 3.
Okay.
3.
Manageable.
Are you the eldest? Or?
Okay, so yeah.
So there. Heavy's the head.
That wears the crown.
Heavy is the head. So kind of like if you'd pay school fees and that if you need be. Is that kind of
100%.
But it doesn't mean maybe he's not doing it though, because we don't know.
Who, Jay? No,
Yeah.
facts. And that's why I find
They
it
might
weird
just
that
not
people
dress
women,
well. That just might be how they dress.
they said it based on his Air Forces. Someone said they did a check on them. Apparently they're replica.
I think
the replica, that's
Allegedly.
you see Jay-Z, yeah. People are too hard on that guy, man.
Yeah.
Like he does a lot for like, you know, the black community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But what you do for your family?
Bro.
I mean, that's what I seen your team. Everybody here look like
No,
money.
but you know, do you know what's so crazy though? Yeah, you don't know. They could be like multi-millionaires.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
They could
But
be
do you think
multi-millionaires
it's fair
too.
that if you've made it, that the burden should be put on you to take care of your family? Do you feel
No, it's
like,
not fair. It's a personal thing.
Okay.
It's a personal thing. It's 100% personal thing. It's no one's obliged, do you understand, to do anything. But for me, I'll always come through for my siblings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I call you my brother.
See, you're our brother now.
Because you can't let me down. You see? This one's blood oath. What do you call it? Blood oath, right? Yeah, we just signed blood oath. Even if you're drinking, the blood oath still applies.
It still applies.
Nah, because I feel like that's a universal thing in black households, and I think even African Americans can relate to it. Is like making it comes with its own consequences.
Yeah.
You become the go-to. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like you say you work in a bank, all of a sudden they think you own it.
Yeah.
You must be funding everybody, and
Yeah.
sometimes that can hinder your progress.
Right.
For sure.
And then you get over a woman that wants you to be all about your family, and then she kind of tells you take care of us first, and they blame the woman. They say because of your woman now, you've stopped giving into your family. It's a very, and I feel like our white counterparts don't go through that.
No, they don't.
Once they make it, it's all every man for himself.
See you, mate.
You never see them. Oh, I'm
No,
here
but
paying
you-
school
no, but
fees for my siblings.
You never know, though.
You
It's
never know.
like I say, it's an individual thing. Do you get what I'm
never
saying?
know,
Like
man.
everybody's raised different.
Because I heard there was one of this actor, I can't remember his name, talking about white, like he gave all his friends like $1 million. I can't remember which one, but
Might be Jim Carrey. You know, he sounds like a good guy.
one of them guys there. One of them guys there, I can't remember, it was but one of them guys there, man. He gave all his brethren,
It's true,
everyone.
it's
He
not
gave them
general, but-
boom, 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 boom. Because so some people, I just like you said, man. I think it's a personal thing, man.
Nah, it's a personal thing, man.
But I do think for me, if it was me though, I definitely
gotta have
I'll
fun.
do the needful. Bro.
You have to.
You have to, man.
Charity begins at home.
For sure, bro.
You know what I mean? So you got to sort out your family before you.
Because what are you keeping all this money for, man? You said, you're worth you have 4 billion. What are you doing with it? Like, let's be real.
Honestly.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, may the
Who
billions
am I?
continue coming.
Yeah,
for
man.
you and
Man, look, listen.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Billions
need that
on
one
billions.
first.
It's coming. It's coming. You might get it in shillings before you get it.
I don't mind, though.
Or in Naira.
I don't mind.
Oh, Naira.
Bring it, just bring it. Even if it's Naira, bring it.
No, but I can just tell by your energy, you're a good guy, man. Always been, Uzi's always spoken highly of you. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been a fan, you know, so I'll even put that there. So just don't forget the tour manager thing.
Ah, come on. I got y'all.
No, I'm joking, but guys,
got
when's
y'all.
the album out?
It's out on Friday,
Come on.
Jeez.
June 13th.
Come on.
You know, it's about to be a movie.
It's about to be a good Friday.
It's about to be an amazing Friday,
on,
a beautiful Friday.
Amen.
I love the cover as well. The cover's dope. I like all of that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
dope,
Thank
man.
you. We really, really, you know, like my team knows that. I was so like picky and particular about getting that theme and getting certain colors and
You got
and I'm
it.
glad that we got it right.
I felt the love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's not enough.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
See what I did
Fantastic.
there?
Oh.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And is there a tour or not yet?
Yes, there's definitely gonna be a tour. We'll announce that.
Okay.
We'll announce that in time. But
Calm.
you know, like I wanted to like give people
Let
this
us
music
digest
first.
the music.
Digest that music.
We'll
and,
digest.
Tour will follow.
man,
So guys, make sure you go cop the album. It's out Friday, June the 13th. It's gonna be an amazing Friday.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
It's Malik Berry. Where can they find you, by the way?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm on Instagram, Malik Berry, Twitter, Malik Berry.
As the model, remember?
Snapchat, Malik Berry. Just TikTok, Malik Berry. Just add me. Add me. Don't be shy. Oh.
Come on. Guys, go support the album. We're
Thank
happy
you.
to have you here. Make sure you comment. If you go to listen to the album, let us know your favorite tracks in the comments.
Facts.
And we'll pass them on to Mr. Berry. But until next time,
Peace.
Berry Pondis.
Yeah.
that was great. I should have said that.
That's all right, man. That's why we're.
That's what we're. That's
You know what I mean?
At least somebody said it.
You know what I mean?
Thanks for listening to the In My Opinion podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, peace.